Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Joshua, Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What up, everybody? Thanks for listening.
Oh, yeah. And also joining us is the disembodied voice of our producer. It is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hey. We are back with a full lineup. I think this is like one of the rare opportunities where we have all of the manga out this week. So very excited to get into it. Let's not waste any fucking time. Let's get into plugs really fast. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JDCole_37. That's on Instagram as well. And I'm at NYChillin with an EN, not an ING. That's on Twitter.
Oh, yeah. Brian?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Ooh, yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll, which we did this week. We actually got it done. We do have a 3-way tie, though. So, go on by, just vote for your favorite series. We put up the poll about a couple hours after the official release that comes out on the Viz website. So usually Sunday afternoon-ish. So check us out on there. Vote for your favorite series, and we announce them on the show. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Let us know. Drop us an email, or you can comment under whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for every series that we cover. You could also subscribe to us. Why don't you do that? It'll be super sweet of you if you did. Subscribe to us, give us a like, give us a share. If you enjoy the podcast, please comment, let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you guys think about this week's chapters as per usual. And you can also subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts, if you prefer audio podcasts only. The audio version of the podcast usually comes out first, so it's a good incentive to subscribe on those platforms if you want. So check us out on that. Leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen. And I think that's it. I think we got all the plugs out of the way. Let's get into spoilers as we start the show. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1047, The Sky Over the Capital. Last we left off, the battle has been raging on in Onigashima. The entire palace is burning down, as the random straw hats across the castle have been finding various ways to put out the fire. Jinbei and Raizo's efforts being the more successful, it seems, by just straight up flooding the entirety of the Onigashima castle. So while that's happening, the epic battle between Gear 5, Sun God Nika, Luffy, and Kaido is raging on as per usual. It's pretty dead even at this point. They're just like matching each other blow for blow. And meanwhile, Yamato is just trying to yell Momonosuke into fucking doing something, trying to make these flame clouds so he can pull Onigashima away, as there's a race against time about Onigashima dropping on top of Wano proper and killing a lot of folks. So Momonosuke kind of got to get a move on there. And we start this chapter with a little bit of a flashback to the night where Odin's palace was burning down, and his mom Toki, who has time travel abilities of some sort, is trying to convince Momonosuke to travel 20 years into the future with the Akazaya 9. And he's just a kid. He's 10 years old, and he's being asked to burden the responsibility of a whole shogun. So he's got some natural hesitation at this point. Kanjuro's there. I saw that. He's a fucking snake. And after some convincing, Momonosuke is, he puts on a brave face, and he says that he will go with the samurai, time travel into the distant future. And Momonosuke starts to like cry because he feels like he's failing his mom, because the whole reason he went back is to prevent whatever's about to happen from happening. So, he continues his efforts. Meanwhile, we did see right last chapter, Luffy literally grabbed lightning, in that last panel. And now he follows through, starting off the battle by just straight tossing lightning at Kaido, who finds it pretty entertaining. He's like, ha, preposterous. He's just dodging it. But, Kaido's not really like phased by being tossed lightning itself. He drops it down and he smacks Luffy away. Still, Luffy tries to do it does this whole weird lightning pole dance. And he tries to bounce back at Kaido. But Kaido counters him pretty quickly, smacks him down into the ground. He starts talking actually about how, he may have like gotten this boost in power, but abilities alone don't really conquer the world. I mean, after all, Roger didn't have any fruit powers, which is a pretty stern confirmation that he pretty much conquered the world with just hockey. So
not surprising at this point.
Yeah. But yeah, he says like Roger didn't have any fruit powers because only hockey can transcend all. As he hits him with the Destroyer of Death, Thunder Bagua. And, I guess Luffy is on his last rope because he manages to grab Kaido on his way to being catapulted into the sky for the bajillionth time in this fight. And he's getting ready to kind of end it. Kaido's trying to get Luffy to let go of him, but his club doesn't work on his like stretched out arm. So he just sends a bunch of like slashing attacks into the sky. Luffy seems to narrowly dodge them because even in his sun god form, cutting attacks are still his weakness. Meanwhile, back down on Wano, everybody is letting go of their lantern things, as a tradition to say goodbye to the recently deceased. And I feel like what's coming with that is going to be a really nice visual. I don't know why, but I feel like that's just going to be part of a big 2-page spread where Luffy knocks him down. But it'll be really cool. Anyway.
Yeah.
Kaido's just doing everything possible to get Luffy to let go of him. And Luffy's just holding on with every fiber of his being at this point. Down in the Skull Dome, the samurai are just kind of stealing themselves because now they're at an impasse that if Luffy beats them, then Onigashima falls from the sky and they'll all die. But you know what? They're pretty stoked about that because if only them die as a result of Luffy fighting, then their families will be safe on Wano.
I guess their families don't need a positive male role model in their life.
Yeah, I mean, they won't have a life. If, it's either have a positive male role model in their life or be dead because an island fell on them.
Fair point.
It's tough. It's a tough choice. Everybody's like pretty like, yeah, Kid, beat him, Straw. We don't care about us. We'll die. We get a little panel of Kid being like, I don't know about that. He's just like, don't kill me, dude. I'm trying to be king of the pirates too. We get a little like panel of Usopp being flooded out by I guess Jinbei's water, it seems. Inside of the treasure repository, what's his face? Orochi manages to wiggle free. Yeah, Orochi manages to wiggle free from the sea prism stone nail, and is about to attack Hiyori, take her down with him, and finally we end on a 2-page spread of Luffy coming down with a big fist with like hockey and lightning just surging around it. And the fist is just as big as Onigashima, it seems. And he's just like, here it is. I'm gonna punch down, and if you don't move Onigashima right now, it is what it is, bro. So you're gonna have to do your best to move this shit. And that's how the chapter ends proper. So with that being said, let's get into thoughts. Josh, what did you think?
So, I like how Mr. Wororo himself is just speechless. He has nothing to say with this massive black fist comes down from the heavens.
He's like, whoa.
I do think he's in his mind thinking, finally, this could be it.
I could die here.
For right now.
This could be it for me.
The lightning was weak, but this...
A whole lightning hockey fist? It could do it.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. Yeah, I enjoyed the chapter. I don't really have any... I don't know. The chapter itself didn't spark any major thoughts in my mind. And all, like, to be honest with you, like the fight. I mean, Kaido's not scared of lightning, and he could dodge it. That's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah, this one, I think this one was, are you done with your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm done.
Brian, what did you think, actually, before we get into mine?
Oh, thank you.
This chapter, I don't have much to say about this chapter either, except for the fact that I don't think this punch is gonna be the final punch of this fight.
I think it's over for Kaido.
Nah, I don't think Kaido is.
I think that panel was him accepting his death in defeat. Or he's going to sit there like this and say, "Yes, bring it."
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Kaido too strong. Watch, he's gonna do some crazy shit next chapter.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I disagree really, but I do. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea where this is gonna go. A lot of people are just like, this is where the raid fails. Bro, I don't know anymore. I guess
they can't fail.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know at this point.
Everyone wants 4 emperors to still run around after this. That's it, Chris. You have to accept.
I guess so. Hey, maybe I don't know Oda as much as I thought.
Maybe they really want Oda to say, you know what? Instead of 4 emperors, now there's 8 emperors.
Yeah.
No more warlords and admirals, just emperors. There's an emperor battle royale where none of the emperors ever lose.
Not
especially Luffy. He doesn't lose the most.
Yeah.
And that's how he wins.
Yeah. No, Kaido's going to be king of the pirates because he cannot lose.
I think so too. I think that's the point of this arc and the entire One Piece franchise.
Yeah, One Piece Luffy dies here, and then Kaido takes over.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the main character.
I feel like there's been a lot of evidence to point towards that being the case.
Yeah, maybe.
Like he's not an ass pull.
We did get an ass pull. I guess
he has a poneglyph.
He does have the poneglyph. I'll say that this is my RGC, my really good chapter of the week, honestly.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I'm not surprised. I'm just a little disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
In your decision.
I know. I wasn't I wasn't misinterpreting that as like I wonder what Josh is disappointed in. I don't know. It was
just so we're all clear here. Christian, Josh is very disappointed in your decision.
Yeah, I apologize.
No, not very, mildly.
He's very disappointed in me, Brian.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought this was a cool ass chapter. I don't whether this is like the penultimate fight chapter or not. I think this was a pretty cool one, building up the tension and all that stuff. Everything's coming up to a head. a lot of like character development for Momonosuke, because in theory he's come a long way. Because he was very reluctant at the start of this chapter, and he's still scared as shit. But he's like out here. He turned into a whole ass adult dragon to face off against Kaido himself. So he's still he's learned a little bit. He's matured a lot, and he's had to, because he's still a 10-year-old trapped in a 28-year-old's body. So that has been interesting. As much the more I get to see Gear 5 in action, the more I get used to it, and I think that's a good thing in general, because it was a little jarring, I will say, although I don't think it's like an ass pull or anything. I will say that it was jarring to suddenly to look back at where this battle started, and like to see where it is now is like, oh, wow, lots changed for Luffy.
It sure has.
In this last 47 chapters. But you know what? 47 chapters is a long time. Because I think
fight we going on?
Yeah, they started. If you look at it, they started fighting in chapter like 1001-ish. So,
wow.
They have been fighting a long time, And they have been fighting a long time with Luffy mastering Ryuo, beating him up. I don't think I think there's a lot of merit to Kaido too strong, but Kaido has also been fighting someone who's been like using the Ryuo haki that like scarred him in the first place. And I think a lot of people are neglecting that fact.
Ryuo.
That this is the haki that actually hurts Kaido, and he's been fighting it for, let's say, even 20 chapters if you divide it down the middle, because he wasn't using Ryuo the whole time. Yeah, I don't know if Kaido too strong is like all of that crazy of a thing. But who knows?
Imagine if someone smacked you in your face, like smacked the shit out of you with Ryuo.
Yeah, it would like kill a normal
like
person.
Like Ryuo imbued smack.
Well, because the thing about Ryuo...
We're not Kaido. We're not jacked like Kaido.
Well, the thing about Ryuo is that
happened?
It slaps the shit out of you, but it also slaps the shit out of inside of you. Like... Ryuo destroys you from the inside. So like if I slap you in the cheek, the inside of your teeth are also slapped really hard.
Wow. That is incredible.
Yeah.
If you knock on someone's door with Ryuo,
you knock the inside
knocking on that person too inside the house.
Yeah. If you really want to, if you focus your Ryuo that much.
Or you're knocking on the mechanisms of the door.
I think like it could be said that Sentomaru use Ryuo haki in general, because I think he's from Wano probably.
You said Sentochoro?
Sentomaru, the judo guy with the axe, the sumo wrestler guy.
Yes. Yeah.
That guy with the giant axe that fucked with the PX.
Yeah, he washed Luffy.
Yeah.
Luffy could do nothing against him. He was the strongest guy in the world at one point.
Yeah, it's haki plus the Nika powers. There's a lot going on. Kaido.
Be honest, Chris. When Mr. Axe and Hand Man put the beats on Luffy, that shit had you feeling away where you was like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he so powerful?
Bro, I was just like, I had an attitude. I had my arms folded like...
who's this guy? Why is he so cocky?
But now Sentomaru gets washed any day of the week. He's done.
Does he? Did they have a rematch?
No, but I'm sure that's it for him.
Sentomaru, that's going to be a rivalry match for Luffy. He still needs to get that back.
Because he was using haki, and now Luffy knows haki. You can't use it so easy anymore.
Fair enough.
All this to say, I thought this 2-page spread was dope too, with the giant fist coming down. Very One Piece to end things on a giant fist, if this is how it's going to end. And it's also that that 2-page spread with the Thunder Bagua. I thought that was like really well drawn and cool looking. I don't know, lot to love in this chapter. I just I'm really appreciating One Piece right now, and maybe I'm like going off of the high of the newest like anime episode. They just animated like the chapter where they get to the rooftop, and they fucking went ham, dude. Like, I don't know what these animators are on, but they did not sleep for, it seems like, a month to animate how well they animated. I don't know if you saw it, bro.
Yeah, it's like movie quality stuff right there. Like, I watched like 3 different clips.
It's better than some movies,
amazing,
which is kind of wild. I don't think I've ever seen an animation that looked that beautiful. It's kind of weird.
It's close to Demon Slayer quality of animation.
Is Goldline Shiki dead?
No. Maybe he could be.
No, he's not.
Should pull up to this fight.
He fell into the abyss, so he could be dead. We didn't see him come back.
He just fell down and the guy knocked out. He's good.
Yeah, he probably landed somewhere nice and he's fine. We'll get cover pages of him eventually. But yeah, I lots of love in this chapter. I really enjoyed it. I'm ready to move on if you guys are.
Yeah.
Then let's go. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia chapter 351. 2 Flash Fires. It's been 2 weeks since we talked about My Hero. Last we left off, we got a more detailed look into Dabi's past, what he was doing between the time that he flamed up in that forest and the current time where we last saw him. And basically, he's been under the care of All For One. Then he left, and then he came back because he joined up with Shigaraki and all that stuff. So he ended up back where he started, as far as that is concerned. And now we're starting off in the actual battle in the present time between the 2 Todorokis. Dabi's yelling his anti-father mess. His anti-father rhetoric is like, you know what? Maybe it's cool that Dad's not here. I'll kill you instead. Blah.
He's like fully melting the statue.
Yeah, he's like liquidizing a stone statue, which is pretty crazy. You gotta be really hot in order for that to happen. He loads up his Flash Fire Fist, which, by the way, the art continues to be pretty stellar, I will say. He uses this version of the Flash Fire Fist called Hell Spider, where he just drops off a bunch of like legs like a spider, I guess. It's reminiscent of Endeavor's move, it seems. I don't know if we've ever seen Endeavor use it. It would be more effective if we did, in my opinion. But yeah, he's everybody's trying to stave off these fires as best they can. When Todoroki comes back and tries to counter with his own fire, but Dabi appears right behind him, knocks him out with a fucking punch, sends him flying, and he keeps wailing on him, just yelling about all this shit, about the Endeavor and all that stuff. He said, the boy born with everything, but you sure don't capitalize on it. No one's willing to say it to your face. You're a feckless, half-baked puppet. You'll never make a damn thing out of yourself, as he uppercuts.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, oh my God.
I've got some legit thoughts about you too.
Oh man.
You mad, Dabi. Jesus Christ.
So upset for no reason.
Your snowflake skin.
You need his fucking...
take all of this heat.
Man, a lot of like these My Hero Academia characters could be defeated with a good session of therapy, honestly.
Yeah.
Because their number one weakness is a good therapist. But yeah, he knocks Todoroki through a building. But Todoroki gets up and he talks about how like he took the long way around and he was full of doubt all the while. And he was like just focusing on his father this whole time. But you know what? I met friends and I was working on keeping up with them, and because he was like in this like friendly competition with the other classmates, he was able to create something more from Flash Fire. And we cut to a little flashback of Todoroki talking to his dad. And he's talking about how like he should be the one to fight Toya. That should be my duty. But, his dad's kind of arguing, is like, we should face him together. And he's like, nope, my skill set is perfect for Toya. We all have our part to play in this. So, we'll stop Toya. And
your part is in not interfering in this family battle.
yeah, I got this, basically. He says, and Todoroki says that, like, our family may be fucked up and our dad may have been an abusive asshole, but when you burned all those people to death, that was your choice. You're not taking any more innocent lives, as he comes in with his flashfire fist. And as he unleashes it, he tells Dabi to aim all his rage at them as he unleashes Flashfire Fist Phosphor. And that's where the chapter ends proper. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
Lit fight, no pun intended. Dabi's really angry, and there's an incredible amount of exposition in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to feel about it. So I thought it was dope that the girl Burn, what's her name?
Yeah, that's her name. Burnin, yeah.
Yeah. She says Shoto, and I don't think she did anything else. I told you guys, if Burn fans, woo, you be getting some premium content. I really don't have anything else to say. I thought it was a dope fight. Too bad we're gonna have to wait another month before we get the next chapter.
Yeah, it'll be 3 weeks. Whereas Jump in
I
general,
wonder why.
it's interesting. Black Clover is also going on hiatus for a little bit, but we'll get to it when we get to that. But in general, yeah, next week all of the Jump series are off. But My Hero Academia and Black Clover in particular are taking a little bit more than that. Yeah, I don't know. I have some ideas, but let's get into Brian's thoughts first. Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
This chapter was pretty fucking sick.
Yeah.
I like the art. The art was pretty sick. I like that they cleared up why Endeavor wasn't chosen to come along on this battle specifically. They kind of needed the big guns for the big guy, so Todoroki kind of took it upon himself to take on the older brother. But this art is fucking amazing. Like, all this setup is really great, and I think this is a classic shonen fight, like, especially when one has like so much history behind it, like this one between brothers and separated brothers and long lost brothers. So I think this feels like a classic shonen fight chapter, and I like that. I like that out of My Hero. I want more shit like this, I want more classic shonen fights out of My Hero, and this one is delivering pretty fucking good. All of Todoroki's fights are pretty fucking dirty. Like, and it's only because of fire. Like, because it's fire and it's two people literally burning each other to death. It's a pretty hectic fight, and I like that. Like, it just adds more, because like usually Todoroki is a very reserved character, but when it comes to Dabi, who's like kind of an opposite, someone who's literally let loose and doesn't give a fuck, it's a really interesting fight. I love Todoroki, and I love the family fights and stuff, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. It's not my RGC though.
For the first time
what's going on with his chest?
Whose chest?
Is there ice and fire at the same time?
I wonder.
Who?
Todoroki's. Shoto's.
I mean, his suit is like a equalizer. So you're talking about the fire on his chest?
That's just fire. It's not fire and ice.
It could be fire and ice. I think that's what like his flash
could
fire
be like a
is.
little
I'm
bit.
trying to find out why I should think this form is cool. Like,
I don't think it's a form. I think he's just doing it like, this is how.
You like Dad?
like he's regulating his body temperature because he's using flash fire as strong as that. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's my guess. It's hard to tell in black and white what's happening. I feel like if this was animated, we get a little better idea of what's happening there. But my guess is, it's probably like a little bit of fire and ice happening.
I think it's his suit. I think it's his suit not being able to like keep up with the amount of heat that Dobby's putting up, because literally in the second page, he said like Dobby is doing his thing, and then he's faster at raising his temperature than me, and it's him holding his chest where the fire's coming out of. So I think that's just a malfunction from his suit, or not a malfunction, but like a limitation of his suit. Like his suit isn't capable of raising heat that fast. So there's literally fire spilling out.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell a little bit. My general thoughts about this chapter is, I also thought this was a pretty solid chapter. As far as action chapters go, it is good to see just like a straight up fight, between two characters in My Hero. I think it's been a long time since we've seen that. And I think I touched on this earlier on last week's episode, but I did want to mention that like there's been a lot of talk about Horikoshi's burnout. There's like a lot of like speculation, seeing as how we've been getting a lot shorter and shorter chapters of My Hero. But I don't know. It takes a lot of fucking work to draw this good, and if this is him at burnout, man, it is an impressive display of like creative stamina, to like draw this like this fervently, despite that. A number of really cool panels in general. As far as the fight and the story itself, I think it's. I don't know how I feel about not having Endeavor here, because I feel like he should be part of this fight in a way, seeing as how like this was a big family story involving everybody in this family, technically. So it's a little weird to have these missing parts, but it also makes sense for Todoroki to like face this alone. So I'm not like broken up about it. It's fine either way for me, but I think it would have been a little more effective if they were fighting together. I don't think this is the end of the fight either. So, maybe I think there's going to be maybe one more chapter focusing on this battle.
The fight can't end without his mom pulling up and shooting the ice beam.
Yeah,
I don't think it has to happen.
And she has to scream, "Ice beam!" and hit her child directly in the chest and say, "Cool the fuck out, Dobby. I'm crazy too."
Yeah,
it's okay. We'll be fine.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
a nigga could dream, right?
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I don't see where she would just randomly wander into this battlefield. I don't know. Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows what's going on?
They're both clinically insane.
Yeah. Yeah, overall, solid chapter. My Hero Academia, like we said, is off for 3 weeks at least. So I hope Horikoshi genuinely gets some rest and is able to like kind of, contemplate it after a while. I understand.
Bro, take a motherfucking hike, bro. Go read a book.
Yeah, literally.
Go to an amusement park, man. Fucking go fishing. I don't know, man.
Yeah, manga. I
do some shit. Skydive.
I don't know what it is. I feel like this generation of mangaka are experiencing the built-up burnout of mangakas past, where they're all just like so overwhelmed and overworked. Especially since I feel like nowadays more things are demanded of mangaka. So I am very okay with Horikoshi taking a little vacay. Get his mind right, because, man, this shit is hard. It's hard to create all the time, and then also with having a fan base as crazy as My Hero Academia's can be sometimes. I get it. I get it, man.
Does anyone know what phosphor means?
I imagine it's like phosphorus. Like he's made like phosphorus, which is this weird gaseous substance. I don't know. Brian, can you look up what properties phosphorus has in relation to like heat or something? Because I don't know. I feel like that's what it's aiming for. I don't know. Anyway.
A poisonous, combustible, non-metal which exists in two common allotropic forms.
Whoa. He's made phosphorus.
A yellowish solid which ignites spontaneously in air and glows in the dark. That's white phosphorus. He didn't specify which kind of phosphorus he was doing there.
Well, we'll find out in a flashback or something. It's like, this is yellow phosphorus.
I'm looking for more of a white phorus. Got to go back to the lab on this technique.
Yeah, but that's all I got to say about My Hero Academia. Are you boys ready to move onward?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then let's do it. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 182, Tokyo number 2 colony part 2. Last we left off, we were introduced to a new sorcerer known as Charles. What's his name?
Bernard or something?
Yeah, Charles Bernard, who is a manga artist who just got his work rejected by Shueisha itself, and has somehow ended up in a Ferris wheel with Hikari. We thought we would get an explanation as to why they're in a Ferris wheel together, but Gege Akutami has decided, let's just get into the fight. You don't need to know how they got here. Let's just get into it, man. And get into it they do. Apparently, Charles whips out a fucking staff shaped like a G pen, which is the commonly used pen that manga artists use to ink their manga.
Real artists do that.
Yeah. And he just starts to attack. He starts to attack Hikari while they're fighting on this Ferris wheel. And he's like reciting this poem. Hikari's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, this is a poem by one of the creators comments by Katsura Hoshino, who I really admire. And for those of you who don't know this, in Jump, every author of every manga has like a little blurb that they just like say. It's just a random musing that they want to communicate to their readers. And that's what he's quoting. He starts talking about how like manga artists are able to travel to fictitious spaces because they aren't satisfied with reality. But my reality was taken over by Jujutsu. I've lost my motivation as a reader and as a creator. He's like, do you know what that feeling is called? And Hikari's like, boredom? No, despair.
Now's a good guess. He tried.
Yeah. Charles manages to like slash Hikari across his cheek. He using that he's fulfilled his condition for his curse technique by cutting Hikari, which is a condition that is ink. So I guess part of the curse technique is that he has to create his own ink, whether it's from blood or some other liquid. And after that, he just tags Hikari with this square in the middle of his chest. And he's like, what the hell is this? But, he goes for a counterattack. Charles easily dodges it and sends him flying off the Ferris wheel. Hikari notices that, like, whoa, the way he moved just now was way more than just, like, being fast and his reflexes. And so at that point, that's when Charles decides to explain his cursed technique a little bit. The way he talks about it is that he created a manga panel on Hikari's chest. But specifically the panel at the bottom left, which is, if you read manga, it's right to left. So it's the bottom left. So that's technically the end of the page. And it's apparently the the panel that draws the most the most attention from the reader. But because he did that specific panel on Hikari's chest, he is able to see Hikari's near future about 1 second in advance. So that's pretty sick.
Pretty dope technique, pretty creative.
Yeah. So basically, he's able to see what Hikari's going to do before he does it, at least 1 second into the future, and is able to dodge as a result, maneuver, all that stuff. But Hikari is better than that, because he just like appears behind him because he's so fucking fast. And he realizes that like the weakness in this is that although he can see the future, he has to take time to look into the future, and in that instance, Hikari can take advantage and catch him by surprise. So, you know, he just continues to attack Hikari from his blind sides. And it's pretty one-sided at this point. Even though he can see the future, Charles is just getting knocked around.
I thought it was that he has to physically see him in order to... I thought that was the problem.
He says, I think he says you have to look to know, right? So
yeah, and by that he means like he has to be able to see Hikari, but Hikari is literally moving so fast that he cannot see him.
Yeah,
that's pretty intense.
that's
moving over so fast you can't even see what he's doing.
Yeah,
like if you can't see him, then he can't see the panel. That's what he's. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Fucking fast, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. For me, the way he words it in that you have to look to know, I think is that like he has to take a second to actually look into the future. You know what I mean? Like it's not just always displayed for him. He has to like perceive the future first before he can act on it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know. Maybe you're right, Brian. I could be bugging. But in any case, it is not working out for him. So I think Hikari manages to cut him again. Not Hikari. Charles manages to cut him again. And I think create a new panel even on Hikari, making it so he can see even 2 more seconds in the future. And he's like, I'll be waiting in my blind spot, so why are you posing? And man, we end with a 2-page spread of Hikari activating his domain expansion all fucking ready. And in that moment, due to the guaranteed hits effect, Hikari's domain and curse technique rules were revealed to Charles's brain.
Oh,
damn.
Talk about a super heads up.
Yeah. Is just so you know, because I don't know if I wonder if that was like established as a thing, but like, you know, the domain's rules just being downloaded into your brain once you're in it. I don't know about that, but yeah, that's basically what happens is Charles is getting basically how everything works as he's activating his domain. And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I liked it. I still wonder. I guess we're about to figure out what his abilities really like. It's kind of weird that he's already going for his domain expansion, but I guess just because he wants to use his domain expansion doesn't mean he necessarily needs to. Maybe he just wants to wrap up the fight because he's over it, right? Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I buy that.
So, that's it. The manga artist is interesting. His ability is interesting, but I wonder if he's going to play any kind of significant role aside from just getting his ass beat and being, you know what I'm saying, by
being Hikari.
Otherwise, it was an okay chapter.
Yeah.
Wasn't the usual banger that Jujutsu Kaisen is. I'm looking forward to seeing this in a couple weeks, though.
Yeah. Brian, what did you think?
I am still left highly curious about what the fuck Hikari is up to. Like, what is his deal? Like, so we could assume that it has something to do with gambling because it's literally called Idle Death Gamble, and he is a gambler as well. On top of that, so there is a chance that it's about probability. I think it's going to end up being more like an ancient sorcerer's domain expansion, not like your typical domain expansion where it's all about offense. Like the condition could be, oh, you know the rules, and now you have to gamble in my domain, instead of it being like a oh, I'm gonna blow you the fuck up inside of my domain kind of thing, you know? Mm-hmm. Which would be interesting because most modern sorcerers have that guaranteed fuck you up domain expansion, but I think it would be sick if his is more like a casino, like but he's the house, so the house always wins or something like that. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think I'm interested to see what he can do. I honestly, after reading this chapter, I looked on a Wikipedia to try to see if there's more to his curse technique that we don't know about, and we still don't know shit. So, but to be fair, we also still don't know much about how Okotsu's curse technique works either. So I doubt we will get like a full explanation, but we will get like a teaser so that we could be like, oh, so that's how it works. Maybe. Like they do with Okotsu, like we just know that he can copy curse techniques. We just don't know to what extent. Same thing with Hikari. We're probably gonna see get a taste of what he can do, and like have an understanding of what he can do. We just probably won't know how it actually functions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only thing I'll say about that is that the little subtitle thing here says that there is a guaranteed hit in effect. So it may not necessarily like adhere to the ancient sorcerer's rules, but it would be cool. I do agree with you that if Hikari's technique seems to resemble more of like the past sorcerers, where they're more like games that you have to accomplish as opposed to like just offensive techniques, like guaranteed hit stuff.
I think the guaranteed hit is just to explain the rules, right? That's what they said.
No, the guaranteed hit is that like whatever you do in this domain is going to hit no matter what. The rules is something that like the sorcerer explains, you know, like because Higuruma had to do that when he why was it so it says the wording says due to the guaranteed hit's effect, Hikari's domain and curse technique rules were revealed to Charles Brian.
Yeah, because he got you're thinking too hard about the guaranteed hit. He just wrote it that he got, like, he's saying that he's seen the ability in the future, right? And it always hits. So because he felt the move in the future, he got the information with it about it and was able to. He's will be able to apply it in the past.
I didn't even think about that because right now he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get hit with whatever this is for sure."
Yeah, that's how his face was like, "Oh, whoa,
oh my god! In 2 seconds, it's over, bro.
Get out of here now."
Damn. Yeah, no.
Let me forfeit right now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as my thoughts are, I really like this chapter, but you know, I also.
RGC, by the way, sorry.
Oh, this is your RGC. Oh, this is Brian's really good chapter of the week.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel bad not giving it my RGC, but you know, it just didn't it didn't blow me away in the moment when I read it. And you know, not to say that it was a bad chapter, but you know, given all of the weeks that we've had of Jujutsu Kaisen just knocking it out of the park, it wasn't on that same like caliber, but you know what? It's still a great chapter. I really enjoyed it. And I would say that this is my third. It's been an interesting week, in terms of manga this week, but I will say this last 2-page spread, it looks so cool. Hikari, like his little pose. I don't even know what this is, like that. It's really cool. And it's really cool. I also like the idea that he's just like over it, and he's like, "All right, I got to kill this guy now. I'm over it." But yeah, that's all I got to say about Jujutsu Kaisen. I thought it was a pretty solid chapter overall, but nothing it didn't like blow me away, which is rare for Jujutsu Kaisen, honestly.
Yeah, it didn't blow me away either.
Yeah, maybe next chapter. I think probably next chapter. It's been a while since we've seen a domain expansion actually go through. Like for real, because Megumi's almost didn't count because it was like incomplete.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't seen a competently built domain in a minute. But with that being said, let's move onward. Black Clover. All right, this is Black Clover chapter 331, and time starts to move. Man, what a chapter. Starting off, we Noct takes Yuno to meet somebody that was someone that he desperately needed to meet. And it turns out that it is Yuno's mom. CL Grinbarial, who's been alive this whole time. I thought she was dead, but I guess not. She lives. She alive. So, you know, she's pretty stoked that her son made it through all this madness. And at that point, that's when all of the subjects of the Spade Kingdom turn to Yuno. It's like, will you return to the Spade Kingdom? Our nation's going to need your power. And, you know, Yuno's mom is like, there are many things I have to tell you. You may not be able to accept them right away. And then, Yuno kind of just, he makes his call. He's like, I can't speak for the future. That said, there's a vow I have to keep first. The man I made that vow to is my family in this Clover Kingdom, my good friend, and my rival. I've got unfinished business, son. I can't be your king.
So, right. Let me go check on that real quick, and then I'll let you know later.
Yeah, you guys weren't in my life. You want me to drop everything and just be your king? Absolutely not.
It was Yuno. I'm so glad you're safe. Yuno should have been like, Mom, I'm going to tell you this. I really couldn't care less about how you feel because I don't give a fuck how you've been safe or not.
Yeah, I didn't even know you were alive. Where the fuck have you been this whole arc?
Asta's been my mom. He's been my mommy.
He's been my dad.
And dad. He's been my everything while you just been chilling.
He's been my...
I'm going to go see my friend and I'm going to try to fucking murder him to be the Wizard King. And if I survive and lose, then I'll come back.
Yeah, if I win, then I'm going to go be Magic President of the Clover Kingdom. But yes. Now, if I lose, I'll come back and chill with you in my very rich palace. Either way, I get a pretty posh life waiting for me.
Yeah, it's a win-win for you, no?
Yeah, for real. Meanwhile, Asta, this is all he's got. It's either the Wizard King or he's just a stooge in the Black Bulls.
He's broke.
But anyway, we cut to Asta talking to Lieb, and they're just like thanking each other. You know, he's like, I just saw your memories, and I met my mom, and you know, just finding out that she loved me made me really happy. And I'm like, oh, Asta.
Like, hey, bro. Thanks.
Hey,
and then Asta's like, yeah, bro. Thank you.
And Lieb's like,
just like, yeah, but bro, thanks. And they do that for about a few pages.
There's that part in South Park where I think it was like Kenny's dead episode or something, where Cartman was talking to the doctor about fixing Kenny, and then they would just walk away from it. He's like, and doctor, thanks. And then Cartman would walk away. The doctor would be like, hey, Cartman, good luck. And doctor,
it's so dramatic.
Thanks. They just kept doing it back and forth. But yeah, this is a little sweet moment, not for nothing. Lieb is like, now it's my turn to make your dreams come true. You helped me kill that guy, and now I'm gonna help you become wizard president.
Yeah. I like the little demon laugh.
Yeah.
This is really cool, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the devil still, don't forget.
Yeah, Lieb is the man.
I'm gonna do mischievous, evil things to you, knowing that fucking bitch fairy.
I'm gonna slap that bitch fairy around.
And shove that blood rusty sword up her fairy ass. Yeah, fuck those guys, Asta. Let's get them.
Asta looks at him like, all right, bro, take it easy.
Hey, whoa. I'm not shoving this sword up no fairy.
Come on, man, chill. I know you're the devil.
You relax, my nigga. Do you have the devil? Do you have the demon core now? Did he get that shit to you behind my back? Are you Lucifer?
Yeah. Honestly, this little panel when they're both saying I'm going to be the Wizard King at the same exact time for the billionth time, that little picture of Lieb is very adorable, honestly.
Yeah.
He's like, so, you know, they're like, yeah, let's go. You're a good guy. And, we're going to continue onward. And then we get this one panel that says Black Clover as Damnatio, the magic judge guy, is walking over to the Wizard King's room, I guess, who's in his room right now just being like, something's weird. I can't put my finger on it.
The vibe is off.
The vibe is definitely off.
Yeah, something's giving me mysterious.
My tea was a little off this morning.
Huh. Oh, hello, Damnatio.
Oh, hi, Damnatio. Oh, hi, Damnatio. And that's when Damnatio comes in. Is like, ever since the trial, I've been investigating the existence of devils. I've acquired these research materials, and these records are from 20 years ago. That among the supreme devils matched to Kleepoth, I haven't had to say that in a while. Kleepoth, there was no devil known as Magicula. There are 3 devils who are said to rule the underworld: Lucifero, gravity magic, also known as Satan. All right, I'm glad we got that one out. He was definitely
Beelzebub. Isn't that also Satan?
Beelzebub of spatial magic, which yes, it is also Satan.
Okay.
But Beelzebub of spatial magic, which is I think what Zeno made a deal with. And finally Astaroth of time magic. It's likely that he said that it's likely that Magicula is Astaroth's successor. For some reason, Astaroth vanished from the underworld. And while this may be a coincidence in all of those worlds' history, as far as I can tell, there's only been a single time magic user. And then the Wizard King is like, oh shit, it's me.
It's been me?
Oh wait.
I'm my own grandfather? Oh no!
Oh shit!
Yeah, so, you know.
Oh, you fucking around with time magic, bro. Shit gets real weird. Old timey-wimey.
Yep. So then all of a sudden, he starts getting possessed. He turns into a full adult from his child form. And it's funny, the Wizard King's grimoire is said to be one that never closes, but we see a panel that we see the grimoire actually fucking close. As he taps Damnatio in the head, and I guess he just causes him to have a heart attack or something. That's when
he takes him out.
Yeah, he's done. And then that's when the other demon guy that was at the scene pulls up with Lucifero's heart, and he's like, "Hey, it went basically the way you said it would, Lucius Zogratis." And then
exactly, not. Oh man, things got kind of wild at the end, but it worked out. Nope.
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
1 for 1. Every event, everything that happened.
Hey, he is
forearms in both of their chests.
Hey, he is the time wizard. Is it the time wizard? He can see the future.
I can't even talk shit now. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this devil's still pretentious, so.
Yeah. He even ends it by saying, "Yes, the time has come." And we get
crazy.
That's the voice I'm using for him from now. He's like, yes, the time has come. As we enter our final arc, the Ultimate Wizard King arc.
Wow.
And lots to unpack here.
Wow.
I don't think any of us could have seen that coming, but then
no. Yes, I did.
You did? You did?
No, I didn't, but when I read all right. RGC, by the way.
Yeah. Worthy, I will say.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Before he had the fight with the Elven man, with
Petri, I think his name is.
Legolas, or whatever the fuck his name was.
I think it was Petri. Petri?
What?
Petri? I think it's
Elfman.
I could be wrong.
So yeah, Elfman himself. All right, when he had the fight against him, or no, prior to that fight, I got weird vibes from Julius. The way he was so enthusiastic about like everything. I thought it was like kind of like I felt like he was trying to throw us off on purpose, but I can't claim it. I can't act like, oh yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. I just felt like, oh, like there was potential for it. For him being a bad guy, but I don't get how was he a bad guy when he was older? No, right? Was
he has to have been. This whole time he must have been a bad guy. But wait,
but when he was young, he didn't realize it.
Well, that's the thing, is that he hasn't been actively, like, it took up to this moment for him to like do the heel turn. So, you know, whatever this was, is he wasn't conscious of it before. Like, the inner demon woke up within him. We'll find out, obviously, more.
Yeah.
But,
there's so many questions I have.
Yeah.
But how dope... How are they going to be... How did they win against Julius before? He had to sacrifice his ability to save everyone in the kingdom or something like that, right? That's what it was?
Basically.
I don't think he gives a shit about anybody else's life right now.
No.
Probably not even this other devil kid.
Yeah.
I don't think he cares about him. I don't think he could care less. He's probably going to cut his head off right after they finish their conversation because he doesn't care.
Useless.
Thanks for fetching my thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Were those all your thoughts?
Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, I don't have it in me tonight to ponder all of the potential for what led up to this. I want to see what they have to say in a couple weeks, and it'll give me some time to reflect on this as well.
Yeah, I thought this was a really interesting twist. I certainly didn't see it coming. And it turns out, I don't think many other people who are actual, like, fervent fans of Black Clover did either. This is the first time I kind of looked into comments, because I wanted to know, like, if they did hint at this before. And, you know, whether they did or not wouldn't necessarily ruin it for me, because in the moment I was like, oh my god! But,
you're right.
But I did looked a little bit in the Shonen Jump. They have a comment section I discovered. So it turns out in the comment section of the Viz Media release, a lot of people were actually taken aback by this. They didn't really know where this came from. And
I mean, they had these little panels that kind of...
These little panels are just him, like, freaking out over magic. It doesn't necessarily, like...
Right. I guess he's trying to show, like, yeah, there's a reason he was so eccentric about these things. That's why I'm not sure. Was he a bad guy when he was an adult, and then when he got reverted to a child form, he didn't know? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm going to be consistent and say, you know, along the same lines of Gear 5 and Luffy, whether this was, like, kind of an ass pull or not, for whatever reason, I don't think it was.
I don't think it was either, actually. But I think this was always the plan.
Yeah. And even if it wasn't, even if it was an ass pull, it's all about the execution, right? So it is all dependent on how well Tabata can weave this into the lore of Black Clover overall. Like, I have not read Black Clover over from the beginning, So I cannot really make that assessment. I don't
see that happening again either.
I might.
I don't foresee that in either of our futures.
I might. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to read.
That's my prediction.
I actually started my read through of World Trigger, so I'm a little busy right now. But as it stands, I know that I'm not really prepared to make that assessment one way or another. But Tabata's taking some time. Maybe he's taking some time. Is like, how can I weave this into my lore?
Let me make sure that I wrap this shit up nicely.
Which I'm okay with, and honestly, I
really like the way he's been handling. I thought Black Clover was about to be over. I'm excited.
Me too. I thought it was over too, man. I mean, like,
I'm actually really excited.
That's what's really good about it is that we were both like, where do you go from here? The Wizard King's a devil.
Oh, yeah.
So
it works.
That's pretty cool. I'm very here for it. I'm open to the possibilities. Which is a far cry from my feelings on Black Clover from when we started this podcast 3 years ago. So I'm more excited for Black Clover now than I ever been, and Black Clover's chapters have been noticeably short as well, and I think like it's along the same lines of Horikoshi, where maybe he was getting a little tired, a little like burnt out as well. And burnout doesn't mean necessarily that you hate your series or anything, but you're just tired. There's a lot of emotional labor that goes into creating something, especially like manga, where 90% of the responsibility of the art and story is on you. So it's very difficult. I feel like casually on Twitter, I've seen a lot of like weird controversy against Black Clover. I think a lot of people not a lot of people. There's a sect of it that's kind of turning. And I'd like to really find out what people think about Black Clover at this juncture. Just because, like, I want to know where the general fan base is at. I think it's kind of interesting. Because the little snippets I've seen on Twitter is that the fan base seems kind of divided as to what Black Clover's been like over the last few weeks. So if you're listening and you're a big Black Clover fan, please let us know in the comments. What do you think? What did you think about this whole arc so far? What do you think about this twist? Is there something Josh and I are not remembering that kind of like hints at this kind of thing? I know we get like a solid amount of viewers that watch for a Black Clover coverage. So please let us know what you guys think, and we'll get to you. We'll respond as well. So I don't have much else to say. This was my runner-up in terms of an RGC, just because it was like really interesting. Whether it's an ass pull or not, my initial gut reaction was like, this is pretty sick. But I think I'm all set on Black Clover. Are you, Josh?
Yeah, I'm set, man.
Then let's go.
Can't wait to see it in the next 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Or I guess whenever it comes back.
Yeah, there's no specification as to when Black Clover comes back, actually. Let me see if like the jump has a countdown.
Back.
Yeah, there's no like indication. So Black Clover could be gone for a little while longer.
Indicator.
So let's move onward. We'll miss you, Black Clover. Undead Unluck. This is Undead Unluck chapter 108, Reason. A lot of this chapter has to do with the flashback of Rip coming off of his return to the series, seemingly on Andy's side, but it turns out, nope. He's here to fuck up Andy and take his spot on the arc and make it to the next loop.
Take his points.
Yeah, he's not on
the World Trigger now.
Yeah, he ain't on that. He ain't on nobody's side.
This is Jujutsu Kaisen. Give me a point. Itadori made the rule.
Yeah, I want your points. Yeah, that's actually what happens, but we'll get into that. A lot of this chapter is a flashback on Rip's past, which I feel like we knew already.
I didn't know about this, actually.
I remembered the story that like he was a doctor and there was this girl that he loved that he killed because he was a doctor and he was going to perform surgery on her, and his unrepairability caused her incision to never heal.
See, I forgot all about that.
Well, I guess that's good.
For
yeah, I guess it's good that we have this then, because like Undead Unluck has been moving at a pretty quick pace for a while now, so it's easy to forget little details of these characters' pasts. But yeah, that's the bulk of it, is that it's following Rip's journey from childhood into school, learning, going to medical school, Latla going to try to like save her spiritually. And they're both like working hard, kind of competing in a way to save her. And there was this moment where Layla, the girl that they're trying to save, says that her and Rip should get married once this is all over and she's healed. And then, we get to the fated day where, he does the scalpel thing, but his negation takes into effect and the incision is unable to like cut, and is unable to close basically.
And this shit is traumatic. Like,
yeah.
I don't know about you, bro, but I was a little hard to read this shit. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. It's the thing that you worked super hard on, and it's also the thing that you were working to save on your loved one's life.
Yeah.
It's brutal, man. It is very sad.
So check this out. Let this be a lesson to how, like, if you just miss one detail sometimes, everything could be ruined. Mm-hmm. So I didn't see earlier that, all right, I had the assumption that they were all siblings.
No.
From the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when he had out in the forest and he gave her a kiss, I was like, what the fuck? Whoa! Bro, not only is she handicapped, my nigga, terminally ill, but that was his friend. I get it. That's why she was like, get with her. And I was like, what type of nasty fucking situation is this?
Come on, bro. You got
Rip, what happened?
Ew, gross. Gross, Rip.
Incest Rip.
Yeah. Oh, the incest doctor.
Rip incest.
Give me 40 cc's of incest. Oh my God. Yeah, that's rough. It's a good thing you read again. That's crazy how you thought that. They look nothing alike. No, but she is Latla's sister. So.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're Latla. But yeah, she's bleeding, and she passes
the
away.
day after he kisses her.
Yeah.
For the first time in their whole life.
And he kills her. And they're talking about life together after the surgery. And,
mm-hmm.
Womp, womp, womp. And at that point, that's when we cut to the present. And he says, like, I don't give a fuck about slaying God or Ragnarok. I don't give a shit.
None of that.
And then he reveals that Ark is the round table after all. The whole time it's been Ark.
Imagine Andy's just like, no, it's not.
He didn't know.
Nope.
He does a Luffy. You remember that one time Luffy lied? He was like, I don't know.
Yeah. He's talking out the side of his face.
No.
And he's looking at him like, oh shit, is it?
Oh, damn.
Wow, I sat there too.
Man, they didn't even tell me.
We were all sitting there.
Yeah, she just had us sitting in the Ark this whole time.
Damn it, Juice.
Juice, you and your
drop a cannon in the head ass. Fucking Cyclops arm ass.
Cyclops arm?
Whack ass justice power.
Yeah, what is that shit?
Your forehead's mad wide, Jews. No, it's not. That was the meanest thing I could think of at the moment.
That's fair. So, yeah, basically it's like, in order to initiate the loop, you need points, right? And, those are the points that were alluded to by Whis when she called out to the moon and was like, I'll give you all my points. I'll transfer all my points to these two. So, yeah, there's a point system involved in all this. The one with Whis lost all her points, which means Victor is the person with the most points currently. And Victor is obviously Andy. So Andy has the most points right now. So Rip is like, hand them over. I want your points, all of them. And he pulls out his scalpel. He's like, I'll cut you and you'll never be fixed.
I'll cut you real fucking nice.
I'll give you an incision. I'll give you the nicest incision you've ever seen.
And never heal from ever.
Yeah, I'm a
Unless
doctor.
you do the same thing you did before, which I don't remember what it was.
I'll cut your gallbladder. Give me your points. But that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
I think Rip is going to murder Andy.
Oh, you think that's it?
No. I was fascinated by their backstory. And no, not because of the incest aspect to it. Okay, Christian.
I wasn't going to say anything about that. I was going to
not because of that.
Okay.
But no, it was, like I said, it was really traumatic. It was really emotional. Undead Unluck does a really good job with these, like, emotional callbacks. I don't know why I'm such a sucker for it in this series, but then when it happens in My Hero Academia, I could care. Yes! Like, I don't know why. I don't think it's biased. I think Undead Unluck just does it in such a way that, I don't know, makes me... It's just relatable in such a way. Hey man, he said, bitch, you've been dying since I was 10 years old, but don't worry, I got this. And then his negator ability.
Yeah.
Most people, when their ability activates, it's like some lit shit. And he just killed his wife.
Yeah. His negation...
Beyonce, hopeful.
His negation waited for him to accumulate college debt.
It could have happened at any other point, yo.
Yeah. It waited for him to take out a small loan so he could go to college and med school. So now he's stuck with the bills as well.
Right. No, he can't ever be an actual doctor to make that money back.
No!
Wow.
Damn, that's the cruelest thing God's ever done.
That bitch. It's her fucking fault.
Yeah, 100%.
She rode the arc and made everything weird. Right? They shuffle the world every time they take the arc. I'm sure his life was better before.
Yeah, no, it just goes back in time.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's trying to go back in time to the point where he didn't kill his wife. So, that's what this is all
His
for.
pre-wife. Pre-fiance.
His pre-fiance. No, they're married. They're like fiance because she proposed to him. So, you know.
Did you propose to him?
Yeah, they're fianced. Oh, no, wait. It's unclear who says that. It was probably Rip. Anyway.
He put a ring on her finger, Robo. Alright.
I mean, you know, it's hard to do that when you're about to perform surgery. It's best to not have any rings on, probably.
You got me there.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, my thoughts on this chapter. I agree with you. I thought, although I knew this information, I thought it was cool to see it play out. Rip's been, you know, kind of a recurring character. Kind of like the Sasuke-esque kind of guy for Undead.
Yeah, he really wants to be Sasuke, but he's just not.
Yeah. Yeah. But, no.
He get bit by Orochimaru.
Yeah, he's been interesting enough, and he's been fun to watch, and I'm very interested to see where he goes from here. His backstory is appropriately sad for me to care. But, unlike Josh, I care about all backstories evenly, because I am what? The unbiased king.
And apparently not a fan of incest storytelling.
Not at all. Not a fan. Anyway, I think that's it for my thoughts on Undead Unluck. I thought it was a solid chapter overall. I'll have to wait till next chapter to really get into the meat of this. I don't know how they're gonna make amends after this. Because this is like the 17th time Rip has tried to kill them, and it's like at a certain point, it's like, all right, bro, no more chances.
Right, it's time for him to die.
Yeah,
it's time for him to die. Where's Lala at?
Yeah,
she could die.
Yeah, she's out of here also.
And the bunny rabbit could die.
They're all dead. But
oh, they all did. Yeah, they all did die. Yep, Rip, it's your turn too.
Yeah. Anyway. that was Undead Unluck. And that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. You could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram, Josh at JDCole_37, and at NYChillin on Twitter. You can follow Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram, and you can follow him on twitch.tv/itspunchline for his streaming. He plays video games, so check him out on that. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll when the official release comes out on Viz every Sunday. Check us out on that. Vote for your favorite series, and we'll announce it during the show. You could email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Please let us know, or you can comment underneath whatever video you're watching, whether it's the full version or the little highlight breakouts we make for you. Give us a subscribe while you're at it. Please do that. That would be super cool. Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. We've been steadily growing. We're almost at 100 subs, which is a pretty big milestone for us, our small little podcast. Very proud of that. You can see, so yeah, give us a subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to audio podcasts. We're on those. The audio version of the podcast usually goes up first, if that's an incentive for you guys. Give us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening to while you're at it, if you are so inclined. And I believe that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening. Next week, Jump is off, but we should have World Trigger in place, so we can do a monthly episode next Monday. That'll be Boruto, Dragon Ball Super, World Trigger, and we'll do maybe some American comic coverage finally after what feels like a month and a half of teasing it. But we do have stuff to talk about. We'll talk a little bit about that next week. And we do have a question from Sketchy Mike that we'll get to next week as well. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out, guys.